I promised before that we would go through the notification settings, and now it's time. There's quite a lot of customization here to look at. First up, you can disable notification sounds. These play all over the computer, basically whenever anything happens. You may find this distracting, so it's okay to turn that off here. Then we can play with the style of notification. You probably noticed already with every notification, we would get this haze of color in each corner of the display. That's edges, but you can also change it to border. I'll click play on the timer. And now you can see every surface on the edge of my display is colored in this haze. There's an option to have the animation go full screen, but I haven't been able to get that to work, I think because I'm doing a full screen recording. Or you can remove the animations entirely and just have a center drop notification. We've seen this appear before. It's the notification in the middle, where the notification on the side is from the control center. If you do choose an effects-based notification, you can go on to customize those visuals beneath. The base opacity, so how strong the color is, and the animation intensity, both can be edited with these slider bars. The sound effects can also be customized. There are different chimes for things like overtime or when your timer ends, completed, break time, and if there's an error. Click on any of the menu drop-downs here to change to a new sound. You can preview any of them by clicking the drop-down in the bottom right corner, selecting an option, then by clicking on Show. It's effectively simulating that animation and sound effect, instead of us using the actual timer. We explored reminders before, but let's go a little bit deeper with how the reminders actually work. In this area, we can configure the schedule for your daily reminder. That's typically the first reminder you get in the morning to begin your tasks. If I click the morning button, the timer automatically defaults to 9 a.m. or 2 p.m. if I click on afternoon, and so on. You can also manually set this time in the field just above. I'll set it to 10 a.m. Then you can configure the schedule for this alert. You may not be working 7 days a week, so this way you can select certain days for it to appear on. If I click on weekdays, it will highlight 5 days. This should be Monday to Friday instead of Tuesday to Saturday, so let me deselect Saturday. And I'll select Monday. There is a button here to select all days if you're a total workaholic. Once you've got all this set up, click on Set Reminder, and the changes are all saved. Over to the next pane, which is Apple Reminders. And here, you're simply able to grant access so that Focusmo can integrate with your Apple Reminders in exactly the same way that it did with your Apple Calendar. I mentioned it before, but now we're going to dig deeper into the feature called Drag Focus, which is our next tab. Within certain applications, Drag Focus allows you to select text and instantly turn that into a task without going anywhere else. I'll give an example by heading over to the Notes application. I've got a list of tasks that I've saved here. The first one is to connect with Lee. So let me highlight this and then hold down the function key on my keyboard. Instantly, we get this pop-up with 3 different options. We can start the task immediately. We can start the task with an edit, which means we can assign it to a workspace or set a duration. Or you can add it into Focusmo without beginning it. Heading back to the settings, and you can see which applications this feature will work with. Notes is turned on, but I'll also enable it for Obsidian and TickTick. If you've recently installed an application you'd like to use with this, but it's not appearing, just hit the refresh button at the bottom. Not all apps are supported, so if nothing appears, it just may not be compatible, but you can check by hitting refresh.